Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's head outside. Take a look outside our weather window, and looks can kind of be deceiving sometimes. Beautiful blue sky. This could be a June afternoon with beautiful temperatures, but we stayed on the chilly side today, still below normal. But all in all, with that sunshine, it still turned out to be a pretty decent day. And as we make our way through the weekend and into next week, that's right, it's our holiday week. And boy, we have kind of a mixed bag. It looks like late Monday night, early Tuesday morning, good chance for snow. That'll last probably throughout the day on Tuesday. And then decreasing showers. So travel day on Wednesday doesn't look too bad. We will warm up as well. And then by Thanksgiving, we'll see dry conditions and temperatures actually above normal as we get you into next week. We'll have your complete north central Washington weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. The agency that oversees public housing in Wenatchee and Chelan County violated federal rules during the COVID pandemic when it failed to carry out property inspections. The Chelan County PUD is down to one developer proposing to buy and repurpose its downtown property at Wenatchee Avenue and 5th Street. And the newest entry point into the Wenatchee Foothills is on track to open this spring. But first, our top story tonight. Two men are accused of robbing a victim near Malaga and stealing his car over a drug debt. 38-year-old Edward James Salvador of Wenatchee was charged last month in the incident, which occurred on May 5th. His fellow defendant, 39-year-old Ricardo Castro Vasquez, was charged on Wednesday. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies say both men were involved in carjacking a Mercedes after the driver failed to deliver 5,000 fentanyl pills that had already been paid for. Salvador and Castro are now charged with first-degree robbery and second-degree assault. Both men were already in Chelan County Jail on earlier drug possession charges when the new counts were brought. They remain held on $500,000 and $250,000 bond, respectively. Well, the agency that oversees public housing in Wenatchee and Chelan County violated federal rules during the COVID pandemic when it failed to carry out property inspections. That's the finding of the Washington State Auditor, which issued a report this week citing the Housing Authority for its failure to inspect. The local agency said it suffered from decreased staffing during the COVID-19 emergency and that inspections required for federally funded housing units could have exposed some vulnerable residents to the virus. The Housing Authority oversaw more than $875,000 in Section 8 housing assistance spending last year. It says all inspections have resumed since then and are now current. The Chelan County PUD is down to one developer proposing to buy and repurpose its downtown property at Wenatchee Avenue and 5th Street. The owner of that company, GTS Developments, became infamous in the town of Chelan back in 2014 for pouring salt around a set of poplar trees next to one of his own building projects. George Ted Schroth pleaded guilty to malicious mischief after he was caught pouring rock salt in an attempt to poison 123 trees near the Lookout development, where he was one of the major partners, which belonged to a neighboring developer. GTS was one of two development firms shortlisted for a possible deal with the PUD, but the other one withdrew. Commissioners for the utility district are scheduled to discuss the proposal on Monday. General Manager Kirk Hudson says the agency is aware of Schroth's prior conviction, which has since been vacated. Hudson said, quote, "Among the factors in the PUD that the PUD must consider is whether the selected redevelopment team and the vision for the site embodies the PUD's values, including safety, stewardship, and trustworthiness," unquote. Well, the newest entry point into the Wenatchee Foothills is on track to open this spring. The City of Wenatchee Parks, Recreation and Cultural Services Department said yesterday that volunteers recently planted thousands of native plants at the Kenzie's Landing trailhead. In addition, the restroom is now up and fencing and light poles are being installed. In 2020, the city used a state grant to buy 60 acres for the trailhead in the northern part of the foothills. Access to that trailhead will come from an extension of the gravel road from the end of Maiden Lane to Kenzie Landing. The new trailhead is scheduled to open on April 1st. Well, when we come back, a new Lifetime Network Christmas movie, largely filmed in Leavenworth and the surrounding area, will make its TV debut on December 2nd. Wenatchee-based Confluence Health has received a prestigious award for its use of artificial intelligence to resolve a supply issue. And a delegation from the Central Asian country of Azerbaijan will visit the Northwest Horticultural Expo when it returns to Wenatchee next month. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Now, am I looking into this camera, or am I looking, where am I looking?
We're gonna have you just look at it.
The holiday season is coming, and Santa's making his 15-second commercial for NCWLIFE channel. Are you? Ho, 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 ho.
Welcome back. In another news, a new Lifetime Network Christmas movie, largely filmed in Leavenworth and the surrounding area, will make its TV debut December 2nd. Leavenworth Chamber Marketing Director Jessica Stoller says there will be free live streaming of Cloudy with a Chance of Christmas at the Leavenworth Fest Hall that night at 8 o'clock. Stoller said the movie was filmed last December at several locations in Leavenworth and Plain, including Icicle Ridge Winery, the Leavenworth Reindeer Farm, Rheinhaus, Kris Kringle, and the Fest Hall. A number of locals served as extras during the filming. Cloudy with a Chance of Christmas is the story of a weather forecaster who's sent to Leavenworth with a morning show host for a special network snow broadcast. It stars Valerie Ortiz and Brandon Quinn. The trailer indicates there will be lots of familiar sights to see. Take a look.
Your funny forecasts are the only reason we have people tuning into the nightly news. We are going to Christmastown, USA.
This place is like right out of a fairy tale. Thank you so much for letting us stay in your home.
You can take our son, Drake.
I'm sorry, Drake?
You didn't know that I was going to be here, did you?
I did not.
We're all doing this together.
Except you and Tatum are the stars, and I'm just the weather woman.
This has you and Drake doing the entire snowcast and then just me getting covered in snow at the end.
I need coffee.
I do think we need to find a way to get along.
I was just thinking that might be the perfect spot for the snowcast. These guys over here at the farm are ready to rock out with you on Christmas Eve.
The live streams are a hit. Playbacks on the morning show are up 10%.
Must be exhausting being so special.
Special guy needs a special girl.
It's magical. I mean, really, it is.
Easy, just nice.
I really love this place.
So you saved the best for last.
Absolutely.
Wenatchee-based Confluence Health has received a prestigious award for its use of artificial intelligence to resolve a supply issue. Confluence said its Coleman digital assistant allows staff to quickly access accurate information on supplies and life-saving equipment from their phones. The system operates much like Siri or Alexa. Confluence received the Future of Work Employee Experience Supernova Award from Constellation Research. Confluence competed for the honor with Fortune 500 companies from throughout the country and the world. Well, a delegation from the Central Asian country of Azerbaijan will visit the Northwest Horticultural Expo when it returns to Wenatchee next month. The visit is part of a 4-day agricultural trade mission to the Wenatchee Valley starting December 5th. It's organized by the U.S.-Azerbaijan Chamber of Commerce. The group will also visit Crunch Pack, the Wenatchee Tree Fruit Research Center, and CMI Orchards. Azerbaijan is a heavily agricultural nation with more than half its land dedicated to farming, including fruit and wine. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, dedication ceremonies were held last night for the new $14 million Wenatchee City Hall. Local Communications purchased the old federal building in 2017 for about $4 million and then sold about half of the 100,000 square foot building to the city for about $3.6 million the following spring. The extensive remodeling of the building began shortly thereafter, with some city offices moving in about 4 years ago. The Department of Public Works, Community Development, and Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services moved from their old location on McKittrick Street to the new City Hall last month.
The City of Wenatchee has some 85 employees working in here today. Local has how many? About 40. In the basement, we've got some tenants that have another 6 or 8. We anticipate as the top floors fill up, 100 or so employees. So we look forward to over 200 people working in this building at some point in the next 3 or 4 years.
Wenatchee City Hall, at least in my memory, has always been in downtown Wenatchee. And one of our goals was we wanted to stay downtown. Sure, we probably could have built someplace else other than downtown, but we're committed to the downtown area. We're committed to being on the fringe of South Wenatchee. We're committed to being on the fringe of Central Wenatchee. We're close to our governmental partner, Chelan County. We're walkable. We also had a goal that we wanted one-stop shopping for our citizens, which essentially we have. We wanted a goal where our staff could have a great place to work, a place to be proud of, and could handle their needs, both in work, but also cooperating among each other.
It's been a pleasure to do this with you. It's been 5 years in the making. In my life is when we won the bid on this. Literally, they go instantly $4 million in debt. It was, and I'm glad we came to an agreement for the building, and it's going to be here for 50 years.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Friday and hope you had a great work week. It's been a cool one and we stayed that way today, but boy, lots of blue sky and it made for just a nice day out there today. The sun didn't feel all that bad, even though 34 our unofficial high temperature today, and that's 9 degrees below where we should be for this time of year at 43. Our record 60, and that was set back in 2003. Boy, it was a cold one this morning too. Frost all over the place. 19 our overnight low. 30 is where we should be, but look at our record back in 1985. 4 degrees. Sunrise 7:10 this morning and set this afternoon at 4:22. Let's take a look now at what we can expect as we get into the upcoming weekend. As far as temperatures go, not much change at all. In fact, we're going to see 34 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 33 for Quincy, back into Wenatchee, a very chilly 31 for Ellensburg, and the low 30s then from Leavenworth to Cashmere up to Entiat and into Chelan. So once again below normal as we kick off our weekend. The reason, this ridge of high pressure still over top and underneath that dome, cold air trapped. In fact, we have an air stagnation advisory that will go all the way through the weekend. That means we're just not going to see much airflow. For Saturday, mostly sunny and cold, as we mentioned. High temperatures only in the low 30s. When we see that stagnation, pollutants can kind of stay close to the surface, so be aware of that this weekend. Sunday, mostly cloudy, still on the chilly side. We'll see high temperatures ending our weekend into the mid-30s, and then getting you into our holiday Thanksgiving week. We'll see warmer temperatures on Monday. Notice the airflow starting to move up from the southwest as this storm gets a little bit closer to us, and that means good chance for some overnight snow showers as that storm does descend on north central Washington. And this is our situation as we get into Tuesday. Cloudy with snow likely throughout the day, but the good news is we'll stay fairly mild with high temperatures on Tuesday near 40 degrees. And then on your travel Wednesday, I don't think it'll be as bad as we originally thought. Mostly cloudy skies, really pretty good as far as precipitation goes statewide, and once again a little bit warmer. We'll see highs on Wednesday into the lower 40s, and then for your Thanksgiving, once again our little bit of a ridge hangs on. That beautiful, nice, warm southwesterly flow continues to move in. We'll see mostly cloudy skies and your Thanksgiving high temperatures possibly as high as into the mid-40s. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. A cold couple of nights in store for us. They're not going to be that warm tomorrow either. 33 degrees for your Saturday, mostly cloudy and chilly on Sunday, and 35. And then for our next week, we will see a good chance for overnight snow Monday and an even better chance for, I think, probably even a rain-snow mix on Tuesday, and 40 degrees. Getting you into Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies. We'll see warmer temperatures at 43. And then for your Thanksgiving, not bad at all. Mostly cloudy skies and mild with a high temperature into the mid-40s. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Hi, I'm Eric Granstrom.
And I'm Brent Rhodes with the NCW Community Toy Drive presented by Les Schwab.
Be sure to join us Saturday, November 26th at Hooked on Toys for our Toy Drive kickoff.
I'll be there broadcasting live on Country 104.7 KKRV starting at 9.
And we'll be live on NCWLIFE channel from 10 to 11.
Find out more about the organizations that serve needy kids here in North Central Washington.
And help us kick off the Toy Drive this year to make sure everyone has a better Christmas.
See you Saturday at Hooked on Toys.
And happy holidays.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Finally Friday. It is the first day of the WIAA State Volleyball Tournament at the Yakima Valley Sun Dome today. And for the first time since 1991, The Wenatchee Panthers have won a game at the state volleyball tournament. Wenatchee rallied early for a 3-0 win over Kennedy Catholic this morning in the Sundome, downing their opposition 25-17, 17-20. Panthers advanced to the quarterfinals. That is underway against Mount Rainier. Ephrata, meanwhile, will have to come back through the consolation bracket of the 2A tournament after being swept by Columbia River this morning. Rapids topped the Tigers 25-15, 9-12. Ephrata will try to stay alive at the tournament this afternoon against North Kitsap. Okanagan finished its girls soccer season as the #1 team in the WIAA state RPI with a record of 17-1. The Bulldogs will take on number 8 Highland out of Cowiche. That's going on right now at the state 1B, 2B semifinals. The other semifinal features St. George's and Kalama. An Okanagan win would put the Bulldogs into the championship against St. George's Kalama winner tomorrow at 5 o'clock. A loss would mean a play for 3rd or 4th place tomorrow afternoon at 1. Well, Cashmere is trying to break a string of one and done in the state 1A football tournament tomorrow. Bulldogs were last in the state playoffs in 2019 and fell in the first round to LaSalle 35-10. Prior to that, Cashmere fell to Connell in 2015, 35-14 in the first round. Tomorrow, Cashmere faces Nooksack Valley at 3 o'clock at Bellingham's Civic Stadium. Last time the Pioneers were in the state tournament was 2010, reaching the quarterfinals. Okanagan begins its quest for its 4th state championship tomorrow in the quarterfinals of the 2B tournament. When it faces Unalaska, the game will kick off at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl right here in town at noon. This is Okanagan, by the way, their first trip to state since 2017 when it lost to Royal in the quarterfinals. Bulldogs were back-to-back state champs back in 2014 and 15. Liberty Bell finds itself in unfamiliar waters when it plays in the state 1B quarterfinals tomorrow in Tenino. The Mountain Lions have reached the state tournament just 3 times in school history, never before reaching the second round. Number 5 Liberty Bell faces number 4 Mossy Rock tomorrow at Tenino High School at 1 o'clock. Turning to college basketball, Washington stumbled against Cal Baptist last night in men's hoops action. The Lancers handed the Huskies their first loss of the season, 73-64. California Baptist blocked 9 of Washington's shots and shot nearly 44% beyond the arc. Frank Kepnang came off the bench to lead Washington with 14 points. Jada Noble's jumper with 9 seconds left in double overtime lifted Washington over UC Irvine 62-60 at Alaska Airlines Arena. The Huskies were down by as much as 8 in the fourth quarter before pushing it into overtime. Delia Daniels led Washington with 23 points. Eastern Washington dropped a non-conference game to Oregon State 73-66 despite 18 points from former Moses Lake guard Jamie Loera. Well, the Seattle Kraken snapped a 2-game skid with an overtime win over the Rangers last night. Seattle got off to a quick start with an early lead, but once again allowed a late goal to force overtime before finally getting the win.
Sealed off by Beniers. Now Eberle to the point. Morgan a shot. Tipped in! Jared McCann in the dead slot with a magic stick. And the Kraken are off and running. An undrafted player between the benches, and I didn't even make all neighborhood. Now Fox holding on to it. Panarin out in front off Trocheck. He'll soccer style along. Zibanejad has a yawning cage, and no mistake. It's a power play goal. Mika Zibanejad has tied it. A lead pass. Sprong is sprung. Here he is. What a stop by Igor Shesterkin. Susi gives it away. Break in. Capo Caco. Stopped by Jones, holding his ground. He'll circle again. Schultz wristing one. They score! A tip out in front. Jaden Schwartz staked out. We'll see. As Schultz let it fly, it looks like it's Justin Schultz with the goal, and the Kraken break the tie. Sends it back for Fox. Zibanejad thinks about his shot, takes it in. Here's Adam Fox. With a shot through the maze, they score! Vincent Trocheck picks up the loose change. It's another power play goal, and the Rangers have tied it. 2 seconds on the clock, and each team has secured 1 point in the standings. And for the second straight game, it's a late goal against the Kraken. With patience through center. Eberle on the attack. The trailer is Tanev. Eberle shifting gears out in front. A chance. They score! Hey, hey! What do you say?
Some good home cooking last night. By the way, the goalie for the Rangers, his first name is Igor. My parents at one point, well, my dad wanted to name me Igor. I'm glad they went with Eric. Seattle's home game again tomorrow at Climate Pledge Arena against the LA Kings. They'll drop the puck at 7 o'clock on Root Sports Northwest. Wenatchee Wild will try to extend their current 3-game winning streak north of the border tomorrow night. Wenatchee visits Cranbrook to take on the Bucks in BCHL action. Puck will drop at 7 o'clock at Western Financial Place. You can watch the game via subscription on Hockey TV, or you can listen to Austin Drade's call locally on 560 KPQ. Well, the next to last weekend of college football is on tap tomorrow. Washington State is in the desert to take on Arizona. That'll be 11 o'clock tomorrow morning on the Pac-12 network. Eastern Washington hosts Northern Colorado. That's 1 o'clock on the red carpet on ESPN+. Number 17, Washington, hoping for good luck under the lights again as they host Colorado tomorrow night at 6. That is on the Pac-12 network. Well, the Seahawks have a bye this weekend in NFL play. They'll be watching closely, though, see what happens with the rest of the NFC West. Rams are on the road at New Orleans Sunday morning at 10. That's on Fox. Arizona is hosting San Francisco on Monday Night Football. Kicks off at 5:15 on ESPN. That's a look at sports news. Have a safe and sane weekend, everybody. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And as we let you go on this Friday, a feel-good story for you. An 11-year-old dog was reunited with her owner yesterday. That's more than 24 hours after the car she was in was stolen in Ellensburg. Maya was found yesterday afternoon 46 miles away in Mattawa. The stolen car and car thieves have not been located. The Ellensburg Police Department asked for the public's help Wednesday morning in locating Maya after the gray Honda Accord she was in was stolen. Maya's owner reports she is in good shape. Good news there. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks very much, Grant. Hope everybody has a good weekend. We'll get you going Monday. Thanksgiving week, it's a short week. We will not be working, of course, next Thursday. We will be back at it on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, but we're not going to work real hard. We'll let you know how all the teams do in the state playoffs. There's some championship hardware going to be handed out this weekend, as you know by now. And your weather forecast, everything you need to get your holiday week going. We invite you to join us live and local, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Monday morning, 7 a.m. from Studio 4. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us and have a great weekend.
The NCWLIFE channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE channel today.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.